This is a very odd combination, to be sure. And if there were two columns, success and failure, this would probably lean towards the failure column. But I will tell you this, I had a lot of fun doing this. Okay, it's all about proportions, really. It had to do with pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper, onions, and of course the herring, smoked herring. I say that because what I did, I chopped up the onions, I usually do, the Scotch bonnet pepper, and of course the herring. I must tell you, if you want to have it more savory, use more herring. Less savory, less herring. If you want it spicier, use more pepper. Really that simple. Okay, then the coconut oil went in a frying pan. I like coconut oil. If I'm not using coconut oil, I'm using peanut oil. That went in. Once that was in the frying pan and all melted, then I added everything else. See the Scotch bonnet pepper? Not too much. Perhaps I should have added more. I should have had less herring and more Scotch bonnet pepper. It would have been less salty and more peppery. I think that combination would have been better. No matter. In the frying pan it went, and I fried them all up, and that's what it looked like. Now, you can stop right here, really, and just eat this on top of toast or crackers or whatever, or my fried dumplings for that matter. But I did not stop here because I wanted to make this sort of like a brown gravy. So what I did, had a glass of water, quarter glass of water, and in the water I mixed a teaspoon of flour, all-purpose flour. Mixed it well because I wanted the flour to dissolve in the water. It works better if the flour is totally dissolved in the water. Once that was dissolved, then I poured it on top of my, well, I don't know what to call it really, onions with pepper and all that, because I wanted to make a gravy. I wanted to make sort of like a sauce with the herring. So I poured it in and I waited for it to come back to a boil, or to a simmer rather. And once that happened, you got to keep stirring because remember, it's flour. There you go. And it's sort of turning the entire thing into a paste, really. And you keep cooking this until the flour is done. In my case, I kept doing this for about 5 minutes, maybe 6-7 minutes or so. I wanted to make sure the flour was thoroughly cooked. See what I mean? Then I started on my fried dumplings. Simple recipe. Buttermilk and self-rising flour. That's it. Self-rising flour and buttermilk. What could be easier? So I added a little bit of buttermilk to the self-rising flour, just enough to make a dough. And here, I don't know what to tell you, this is something that you do based on experience. You put the flour in, however amount that is, and you keep adding this buttermilk and keep doing it until the dough is at the consistency that you like. From there, I made these little dumplings. You see them? Make a little ball, squish them on my hand, flatten them, and then they were ready for the frying pan. Again, I went through this before. I just added a small bit of the dough in. That tells me if the oil is hot enough. And I do want the oil to be as hot as I can get it. Then I placed my fried dumplings in the hot oil. What could be easier? In the hot oil it went. And while they're frying, by the way, you notice that they're getting bigger? That's what happens. So, in the hot oil, the fried dumplings went, and when it was done on one side, I simply flipped them over to the other side. When do you know how to flip them? Experience. I don't know what else to tell you. Just experience. And once they were done, placement of plate, and once that happened, I simply added my gravy, I call it, see, to the biscuits, and that was that.